Finally, CMS feature is available within the Figma site, and in this video, I'm going to explain you how you can use this feature to create dynamic web pages. First, I'm going to explain you what is the difference between static and dynamic web pages. Then we're going to see how we can create collections and different fields within one collection, and how we can connect the design element that we have in our web page to specific field in our own CMS collection. So bear with me until the end of this video if you want to learn about the CMS feature within the Figma site. But before we go further, don't forget to smash the subscribe button right now if you haven't done yet, and if you're new in this channel, and like this video and share this video with the other designers in your community. And don't forget also to share your opinion and thought in the comment section with me. I am reading all the comments that you are writing for me. Now, without further ado, let's get it started. Sometimes when we design a web page, we directly work on the content in the same phase of the design phase. So basically, while we are designing the layout or the element within our web page, we decide which kind of content we want to see in a specific part. In this way, we basically statically fill the web page with the content. And if we want to change one part of the content later on, such as an image or a text, then we might have to consider checking the layout on the design again, because maybe our content break one part of our design. And this process is indeed very painful when we talk about sites with hundreds or thousands web pages. On the other hand, we can use dynamic web pages instead of a static, which means that we separate the design phase from the phase that we need to work on the content. So first, we design the template, the layout, the main element that we want to have in our web page, and then use the CMS, which is the content management system that we're going to use in order to manage, create, and maintain our content. Later on, we can connect our CMS to the web page and generate different pages for different content that we have in our CMS automatically, without having to get into each page and try to figure out how the content is impacting our design. And you can imagine how much time you can save in this way. Now let's see how the CMS is working within the Figma site. Let's dive in. Okay, this is basically the new Figma site file that I have made. And if you also make one like that, you first will see this overlay, which is going to help you to start your work by adding a specific template from the list that exists here, which you can choose and basically have something to start with. If you don't want to do that, you can basically directly start to create a blank site, which is also okay. But in the left side, right now, you can see this featured section. Let me, if I can zoom. Yes. So here now we have this featured section, which you can also find the template for the website that they already have a CMS. And if you click here, and you will have access to this list, which will basically give you the possibility to use the templates that they already have a CMS and enjoy the power of the CMS. However, in this case, first of all, I would like to create a blank website, and then together we see how we can create our own collection within the CMS that we have within the Figma site, and how we can connect a specific element within our design to a specific field in our collection, as I said in the intro. So let's click on blank site and create our first website. So we built basically a blank project, and you can see it here that we don't have anything in our web page. And in the layer also, we don't have any layer. Here in the left side, let me zoom in. You can see we have this option, which is available right now. Before it was disabled. And now if you hover on it, you can also see that there is this tooltip that is saying this is the CMS. And if you click on that, you will switch to the CMS window, which you can use to create collections, import collections, and do the rest of the maintenance that you need to do on your CMS. First thing first, let's create our own very first collection. We can do that by clicking on Create New button here in the center, or from top here in the basically menu on the left side, we can click on this plus button and create our first collection. Of course, we can also import the CSV format files directly and create a collection in that way, but we can also do the direct new collection creation, which is also easy. Collections are basically the holder or the place that you can store specific type of content that later on you want to have in your web page. For example, let's say that I would like to use this collection to store my blogs. I can also create another collection, and use that to store news. So basically, based on what use you have, you can create different collection. Okay, here I have a typo, but you got my point. For example, this collection I'm going to use to store my news related to my brand or any product that I'm developing. And the next one, which is the blogs, I'm going to use to share my news, my blogs with my audiences. And in this way, you can manage the content that you have and you don't care about the design. When you have your collection, now it's time to decide which kind of structure you want to give to that specific content. For example, here in the blog collection, you can see that my content should have one title, one slug, and one rich text, and the date of creation and last edited. These are the fields that each item in this collection is going to have. So that means I can also adjust these fields by clicking on edit fields on top here for each collection. And then I will have this window which I can use to create new fields. For example, I can create one link, or I can add, I don't know, plain text, I can add image, I can add different type of elements that we have here. And I guess you can also decide the order by just dragging and dropping the stuff up and down. But the only required field is title and slug, which we're going to learn about them later. So let's click on down. And now you can see that we have more fields for this specific basically collection that we need to fill each time if we want to create one new item. When you decided how you want to structure your content and added all the fields that you need, you can click on create item here, new item, or from top menu here, this plus new item. So let's click on one of them. When you do that, then you will see this window, which you need to use in order to create your content. The first thing I will do is basically my title, how to use CMS basically in Figma site. This is just a title that I'm using for my blog as an example that we have here. And then we can add an image, which I just randomly use one of the images that I have. And then we have the rich text field, which we can use to, I don't know, add headlines and create the body of our blog, which maybe let me bring one example. Okay, here I brought one example and I will save it here. Also, I can add image if I want to have image within my main body part of my blog. Plus I can do this styling and everything else, but at this moment I don't care much. We can also choose the date, for example, today, and then we can also have a specific link that later on we can have it in our design. But for now I will leave it alone, like leave it empty. And let's close this one. So now you can see that we have our very first item within this collection with all the information that we gave. So this is the first content that we have. We can create another content by clicking on the same new item, and then we continue this way to build multiple basically items within our collection. Now I have one item within my collection. What I want to do is I want to create one blog detail page, which we can show all the content that we have already in this collection within that web page. And you can see how we can create a dynamic web page after that. So first we need to create one template for this type of a page. So I'm going to get back to our pages, and then I'm going to create one new page. I'm not sure if from the setting we need to change this to dynamic, or at the moment doesn't matter. Let's maybe focus on our layout, the structure of the page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this plus button here, and from the page section I will try to bring a couple of items that I need for this page. Maybe, I don't know, like this, the name of the article, which is going to be the title, the text, which I'm going to use to show the blog, and the picture, which is going to show the picture that we have in our blog. And of course, let's create a mobile variant. And yes, I won't do much, but we can of course go to the detail, change the styling. For example, here the text is a little bit big. For the mobile, we can make it smaller. Or if you are using the design system, of course, you can use the variables that you have directly by publishing your design library where you are working on, and then having access in the Figma site to all the stuff that we have there. Now our page is ready. This is going to be the layout of the blog pages and the way that we're going to display the information and the content that we have. The next step for us is going to be to connect our collection to this page. This means we want to tell to Figma or to our CMS that you need to present a specific content that we have in a specific collection in this page. So use the design element that we have to present a specific field that we have in our collection. So let's connect our page to one of our collection. What we need to do is come back to CMS panel and then here select one of the collection that we want to connect to a specific page and click on connect. In this step, we can decide if either we want to connect this collection to a specific element of a page or we want to connect it to the whole page. For now, because I'm going to work on the design, basic detail page for our blog, I'm going to connect this collection to the full page. And now we can decide to select one of the pages that we have in our design to this collection, which in my case is easy because we don't have much basically cases and designs. So I'm going to connect to the page that we defined. And now if you come back to the collection, you can see the fields that we had. And if you click on each of them, you can decide which design element you want to connect to this specific field. For example, the title of the blog, I would like to be shown in this place, which is basically the headline. So while I'm selecting the title in the collection, I'm going to click on my design element here. And you can see that it will automatically change to the content that we had in our collection, the first item. And you can also see this indicator, which shows that this element has been connected to the title field. Maybe the design is a little bit broken here, especially in the mobile, but that's something you can work on it later on. The next element that we have, or the next field we have in our collection is image. So I'm selecting the image. And then I come back to my design and click on the image. And again, automatically, it's going to show the image that we have in our first item. You need to do the rest for all the element that we have. For example, I connect the text to this field. I can, of course, delete the rest. And our date here, I'm going to connect it to this one. Even the link, which is the last field we have in our collection, I'm not going to use it for now. But of course, you can make a, button or a specific thing in your page and connect that to that link. Let's delete the extra stuff we don't need for now. And I would like to also change the color to 100. Here we go. Later on, we can work on the design to fix the design of this page. But when we do use the proper styling and everything, we don't need to really go through the page and try to fix the stuff, the sizing, blah, blah, blah. So everything should be done automatically, but because I didn't have a proper design, of course, things got a little bit broken, but that's all good. Now let's get back to our collection one more time. I would like to create a new item again. I don't want to be very innovative, so I'm going to click on new item, make a title, second post then a new image. And for the text, I just will write down a test. For the date, let's have another date, random one, doesn't matter. Let's close our window and let's go back to our pages. What we can do to see the content that we created for our basically new item is that we can either come here and click on this one, this basically, let me zoom in, this drop-down menu, which will show us all other items that we have within this collection, which we connected to this page. And you can switch between different content and you can automatically see that the content is changing. Or you can get back and that's it. But the fact is that you don't have to create different pages for every item that you have in that collection, because as you can see, it's automatically going to create these pages based on the template that we have for every other item. If you want to see how this works in practice, let's add one element which is very important. So I would like to have a list of all the items within that collection, the blog collection, in the homepage that I can have access to all the blogs. So to do that, I'm going to click on the insert button here, and there is one CMS section, which you can find it down here. And there you can click on specific item for each collection. For example, if you want to add a new page for a specific blog, or if you want to add a new list for a specific collection, which is my blogs basically. So I'm going to click on this list and then bring it within the homepage. And you can see based on the items that we have in that collection, now we have items within this list. But now if I play my prototype or the web page or the preview, you can see that I cannot click on each item within this collection and get into the detail page, which is the case. So what we can do is we can click the specific items here and come to the interaction panel, and here click on the link. And for the link, I'm going to open this drop-down menu and select the page slot. In this way, it's automatically, this item is going to get connected to the page based on the content that we have within our collection. I will do the same thing for the other one, which you can see automatically it happens, so we don't have to repeat it when we basically click and select one of the items and do the same thing for one of the items within the list. And the rest of the items are going to connect to their page as well. Now, when we play the preview, you can see that this list or these items within the list is clickable, and we can click on them and go to this specific page, which is basically showing the same content that we had within the list. And we can, of course, publish our website. Just ignore the issues that we have there. And now we can click on the link and we can basically run our preview or the real website, basically. And that's how it works. Very nice. And one of the good things about this, that if we want to change a specific thing within our design, we don't have to do it for all the pages, because the pages are going to basically create it or generate it automatically. So what I can do is, for example, I come here in our template, select the element that I want to change its design. And for example, in this case, I'm going to change the color of this headline to blue. And now if I publish the website again and click on the link, you can see that the web pages now have this new update that I published. So basically, we don't have to go back and forth to try to create different styling for all the pages. So you just need to change the stuff for one place. And that's how you can use CMS within your website to generate dynamic web pages for the content that you have. So basically you manage your content within your CMS, and based on the content that you have there, you will have also web pages to present those content. And I hope you learned something new here in this video. And if it was so, don't forget to smash the subscribe button right now, like this video, and share it with the other designers in your community. These are the ways that you can support me and this channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.
Pretty cool, just show me the why.